So it's about time for an analytics update. So every single day now, I'm publishing one long form video. And if you look at the 7-day metrics, you can see that all of my metrics are down. Views are down, watch time is down, subscribers down. So I thought that it would be interesting to review why I think that is. Now, if you look at my content, almost everything that I've posted over the past year has been shorts videos about Linux. And for long form videos, I just haven't been posting that much. And for the videos that I do post, not all of them are about Linux. Now, YouTube also shows you a breakdown of what people are watching. So as you can see here, 61% of people that watch my content are only watching the shorts. And only 14% of people watch both, and 25% watch only the videos. And before I started this experiment, both of those numbers were lower. So previously, almost exclusively all my viewers were shorts viewers. So really part of the process here is taking the existing shorts viewers and converting those over to watching the long form videos. But of course, all the shorts videos are about Linux, and I've been branching out a bit in the long form content. So it's totally understandable that some people that watch the shorts about Linux don't care at all about the business or the electronic stuff or the chip stuff. And I assume too, in some of the newer videos, I'm showing a little bit more personality in them. So it's quite possible that back here, some people subscribe because they're like, oh, this guy seems like a pretty cool guy. But then in one of my newer videos, they're like, I don't like this guy, unsubscribe. Now, I've noticed that when you post a video that's really for a different audience, so I think this is a good example here, the Renoviction vlog, this video kind of has nothing to do with anything else on my channel. It's pretty much always the case that when you post a new style of content, you will immediately get some unsubscribes. I've noticed that in almost every case, YouTube will seems to work very hard to try and find people to make back those subscribers. So I fully expect that, over time, this would eventually go back up. And I think what's happening here is YouTube just uses this information. It looks at the profile of these people and says, oh, don't recommend any of this person's content to people who are similar to the people that unsubscribed here. But then it also uses this to fine tune who it's going to recommend it to. So clearly, it's still recommending it to some people here. And I think a good example of that is this video here. So of course, most of my videos are about Linux, but business is also one of my interests. And if you think about the universe of Linux users, there are some Linux users that are into business, and then there's some Linux users that hate business. So the people that unsubscribe here are the people that probably really don't care about business-related videos. And then YouTube is just kind of fine-tuning who it recommends the video to. So it's saying, okay, so we want people who are interested in Linux and business. And so then, of course, it's found that audience, and the subscriber count is going back up. Now, unsurprisingly, my recent video about Linux commands, that video is a real winner. So this one has a much more steep incline. So I guess I did lose one subscriber initially, but the trajectory of this one is pretty upward. So I have heard someone else tell me that when they post a lot of new videos, then their metrics all seem to go down. And I think that does kind of make sense. If you're posting new videos that are not necessarily all conceptually related, there's kind of like a short-term rebalancing process that YouTube has to go through to try and figure out what the center of your audience is. So you can see on the first day that I started this thing, there was a peak there, and then it just went straight down. And then my Thursday Shorts video came out and it peaked up a little bit. So if YouTube is smart enough, I assume it's probably using the information from my new long-form videos and incorporating that into the recommendation system for the Shorts videos as well. And so presumably, if I just kept posting one of these videos every day, eventually I think there would be some kind of inflection point where the recommendation system would just get enough data so you would not see that initial drop-off in subscribers when new video is released. Yeah, so on the EXPR video, this one is perfect for the audience. And you'll notice it just goes straight up because the recommendations are very accurate. And you can see the subscriber graph does not go down, it just goes straight up. So I think there's a really big feedback effect here. I think some people get boxed into producing a very specific type of content, and they'll say that, that's the only type of content that the audience likes. But if it's the only thing that you produce, then YouTube will figure out who likes that best. And so I think there's a bit of a grinding period where you have to rebalance your audience. But these topics are all interesting to me, so I assume that there's some people out there who are just like me and are also interested in all of this stuff. Okay, let's go back to the original goal, which was $1,000 in ad revenue by the end of the 30 days. So as you can see here, the revenue is down a little bit since the first day, but it's really not all that different from the past month. So if I kept going at this level, that would be about a quarter of my goal by the end of the month. However, this is of course not the only story, because as you saw in the last update, there are a huge number of super thanks. So there was that initial $400 donation on the first day, and there were a few that came in after that as well. And on this day, there was another huge super thanks donation of around $100. So in total, there were 16 super thanks donations, totaling $473 in revenue. So I'm pretty sure that's the number that I get, and the actual donation amount, you have to add the original 30% onto that. So yeah, I'm actually very close to my $1,000 goal for this month. So for the long term though, it would be great to get this ad revenue up to $1,000 a month. So the ad revenue can be somewhat reliable, but relying on super thanks every month is not realistic. All right, let's look at some of the individual videos. So this is the one I released a few weeks ago, and I used this as an example of a good video. So last time I said it would be realistic that this would get to $30 in ad revenue and it looks like it's surpassed that. So $43 for this, that's not bad. And 15,000 views, that was I think what I was estimating I'd have to get on average. And if we look at the first day's video, and this estimated revenue is mostly from the super thanks. And I guess even this video did make $7. Now the next day's video is actually the worst performing of any of the ones I've done over the past 10 days. So 1,000 views, that's not really that great. Some people said that the thumbnail isn't very good. It's kind of hard to figure out what I would do for this. I think I'll probably just leave it alone. It might bring in a slightly different audience. And most of the revenue is from one super thanks on this. And watch page ads is only $3.25. So the contractor or employee video. So this one got 2,000 views and then kind of leveled off. So this one only got $5 in ads, but I got a couple memberships out of this. So that's recurring revenue. And the vlog update video. So that one only got 1,000 views. That one wasn't a really interesting video. I was just really busy that day. $2 in ad revenue. So this one lost 4 subscribers, and I'm not very surprised about that. I think only the hardcore fans watch this video. I probably won't do many more videos like this just because they're kind of boring, and I think the long-term potential for views on a video like this is not very high. Eventually this will probably just level off to nothing, but I like the idea of making more evergreen content, so if I can post something that goes viral 3 years from now and makes a whole bunch of money, I think that's a lot better investment in time. Alright, how to podcast under a bridge. So it kind of looks like my core audience maxes out at around 2,500. So whenever I do a video that kind of does average, 2,500 seems to be about where it plateaus. And then what I see over time is that it'll kind of flatten out and then it'll start to curve up. But the curving up takes quite a while. So that one made $4 in net revenue. And just like the last one, maxes out at around 2,500. And this one is $6 in net revenue. How to analyze semiconductors in the park. So all of my semiconductor videos don't really seem to do that well. I guess it's just a bit too different for people who are into Linux. It's still a technical topic, but it's almost into like chemical or mechanical engineering. But I figure if I just keep posting a lot more videos like this, eventually YouTube will find the audience. I'm sure there's a market for semiconductor manufacturing Linux enthusiasts. And if there isn't, I'll create one. So that one made $3.33, and it looks like the RPM is a bit higher for this one. The next one is stop learning these Linux commands. So this one was a real winner. I guess that's not surprising because it directly appeals to my target audience. Ad revenue was $9. I think I released it late at night, so it only got that's maybe a partial day of data. So within the first couple of days, that made almost $10. So based on where this video is going, I almost think that if every video I posted was a Linux video like this one, then I might actually be able to meet that $1,000 a month ad revenue goal. Alright, the next one is avoid these consulting clients. So that one got less views than the other consulting video, 1.3 thousand. And it made $1, but that's only 1 day of ad revenue. And the latest video that I posted last night on the Raspberry Pi movement stage. So that one has a mediocre performance and there's no revenue data yet. So the other thing I haven't mentioned is I actually have some channel members now. So that's another small recurring revenue source that helps out a bit. And over the past week, I've also got a few more Patreon supporters. So I'm now up to $86 a month on Patreon. So between those two, that's about another $100 a month. So that right there puts me about 10% closer to my goal. And it's nice to have diversified revenue as well. And something that doesn't show up in the metrics here is I found that a lot of my recent videos really resonated with people. I got a few emails and LinkedIn messages from people who are relating similar experiences. I wasn't quite sure how people would respond to the new videos or even if they would get views at all, but it looks like people actually are watching the videos and it's not just a bunch of bots or something. When you look at the view and subscriber counts, it's hard to figure out how real those numbers actually are. A lot of those could just be bots. And with all the ChatGPT stuff, it would be pretty convincing to do fake comments as well. But it's not really possible for the money to be fake. I guess Google could have a bunch of bots that just start off by donating money to people to get them hooked on making YouTube videos. But that would be a big upfront investment and it probably wouldn't work out for them all the time. And I've also seen a couple people that I know in real life in the comments, so I definitely know that those people are not bots. Unless of course they're just ChatGPT clones. Okay, that's it for today. Hopefully I can get this video finished before 11 p.m. this time.